"I refuse to obey," Rosa Parks declared on December 1, 1955. In that moment, a revolution began. Her act of defiance was a powerful statement against systemic racism. This was the birth of a movement that would rally millions, igniting a fire of hope and justice that still burns today. Montgomery, Alabama, in the 1950s was marred by segregation. Jim Crow laws divided public facilities, enforcing racial separation. African Americans endured humiliations in silence, forced to navigate a world that constantly reinforced their second-class status. Yet, within this oppressive atmosphere arose a spirit of resistance, embodied by Rosa Parks. Known as the mother of the civil rights movement, she was a dedicated activist, educated and resolute, who had fought for justice long before that fateful day. Parks' decision to remain seated wasn't spontaneous, it was rooted in years of struggle. She had seen injustices suffered by her community, experienced degradation firsthand, and heard countless stories of those who had suffered before her. By refusing to obey the bus driver's command to vacate her seat for a white passenger, she chose to challenge an entire system. Her arrest galvanized the community, becoming the catalyst for a wider movement led by Martin Luther King Jr., a pastor who understood the power of nonviolent resistance. King and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference mobilized the community to boycott Montgomery buses in response to Parks' arrest. This marked a new chapter in the fight for civil rights, where acts of defiance united a community against oppression. Months passed, and the fight for justice became their daily mantra. King's eloquent speeches inspired hope, showcasing the strength of the Black community against segregation. Their collective pain transformed into a powerful movement, catching the attention of the entire nation. The Montgomery Bus Boycott emerged as a significant event shaping America's future. Eventually, their struggle led to a landmark decision from the Supreme Court declaring segregation on public buses unconstitutional. Parks had sparked a movement that resonated through history, inspiring countless others to fight for justice. Rosa Parks was no ordinary woman, she was a seasoned activist. Born on February 4, 1913, in Tuskegee, Alabama, she grew up saturated in the brutal realities of systemic racism. Her childhood was steeped in stories of resilience told by her grandparents, former slaves who instilled in her the importance of dignity. These narratives served as the foundation for her legacy, shaping her understanding of the world and her place within it. As a young girl, Parks faced harsh segregation. She observed the discriminatory laws that dictated her rights and friendships. She witnessed her neighbors subjected to the indignities of a biased system, fueled by a cultural narrative that dehumanized them. These experiences ignited a spark within her, a relentless desire for justice that would only grow stronger over time. Her education at the Industrial School for Girls in Montgomery provided not just knowledge, but a spirit of inquiry, a relentless questioning of authority, and a burgeoning understanding of her rights. In her early adulthood, Parks became involved with the NAACP, serving as the secretary for the Montgomery chapter. This role exposed her to civil rights advocacy, allowing her to collaborate with like-minded leaders who were equally committed to fighting oppression. Parks organized drives and rallies, fostering a sense of community and solidarity among African Americans in Montgomery. The seeds of activism were planted, nurtured by a growing awareness of the urgent need for change. Then came December 1, 1955. Parks had finished her workday and boarded a bus, as she did every evening. The bus was crowded, with white passengers claiming seats while African Americans were forced to stand or sit at the back. This dehumanizing experience was something Parks endured countless times, a bitter reminder of the societal restrictions placed upon her merely because of her skin color. But on this day, she chose to reclaim her dignity. Seated firmly when the driver demanded she vacate for a white passenger, her reply, "No, I will not get up," was an audacious declaration of her right to exist as an equal in an oppressive society. It was a moment charged with defiance, a quiet yet powerful refusal to be invisible. Her arrest sparked immediate outrage in the African American community. It was not merely about one woman, it was about standing against deep-seated injustices. Leaders swiftly mobilized. Word reached Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. King, well-versed in the principles of nonviolent resistance, saw Parks' actions as a catalyst for change. That evening, he urged citizens to boycott the buses in support of Parks. His passionate words ignited hope and commitment within the community, underscoring a shared resolve to fight against the systemic oppression they faced daily. The Montgomery Bus Boycott was born, signifying a pivotal moment in civil rights history. For over a year, African Americans refused to ride the buses, choosing instead to walk or carpool. Streets were filled with individuals who walked miles to work, their weary legs carrying the weight of their struggle. Old and young, they formed a human tapestry of resilience and determination. Signs of solidarity adorned their homes and workplaces. "We will not ride until we are free." Carpooling services were organized, with community members stepping up to drive one another, showcasing the strength of their unity. Despite facing intimidation and violence, their resolve was unwavering, their spirits unbroken. Rosa Parks became a symbol of courage, illustrating that change often begins in quiet moments of conviction. Her contributions extended beyond her act of defiance. She represented countless individuals who fought for dignity in the face of adversity. As the boycott progressed, momentum grew, and the nation began to take notice. Dr. King's leadership, combined with Parks' spirit, drew national attention to the injustices faced by African Americans. The economic strain on the bus company became apparent, forcing Montgomery to confront segregation. This was not merely a battle over buses, it was a fight for dignity and respect, exemplifying the collective action that would empower communities to challenge systemic injustice. The boycott was more than a protest, it was a declaration of identity, affirming the humanity of those who had long been devalued. The culmination of the boycott arrived in November 1956, when the U.S. Supreme Court declared segregated buses unconstitutional. Joy erupted in Montgomery as the community celebrated victory. The streets were alive with jubilant cries, a cathartic release of pent-up frustration and pain. The sound of laughter mixed with tears, as families embraced, their hearts swelling with pride. Every participant in the boycott became part of a larger narrative, a legacy that inspired future generations to rise against oppression. The victory was not just legal, it was deeply emotional, resonating with a collective sense of achievement that transcended individual struggles. Dr. King's and Parks' courage has indelibly marked American society. Their legacy reminds us what can be achieved through collective resistance against injustice. Today, we feel the reverberations of their actions. The Black Lives Matter movement and calls for social justice echo their commitment to equality. The challenges may differ, but the spirit of perseverance remains. The essence of their movement is woven into the fabric of American culture, a reminder that change is possible when individuals unite for a cause. As we reflect on their legacy, we must consider how their words and actions resonate in our lives. Dr. King's insistence on justice encourages us to stand against injustice, reminding us that silence in the face of oppression is complicity. His belief in love and nonviolence compels us to seek understanding in a divided world, fostering dialogue over division. Parks' fierce determination inspires individuals to challenge the status quo and advocate for rights, showing that ordinary people can spark extraordinary change. The truth is, the struggle for civil rights is far from over. Discrimination and inequality still plague our communities, manifesting in various forms that demand our attention. Yet, the legacy of Dr. King and Rosa Parks empowers us to remember that change is possible. Their shared commitment to nonviolent resistance reminds us to raise our voices against persistent injustices, urging us to continue the fight they ignited. In a divided world, their message invites us to unite. The call for justice and equality transcends time, urging us to reflect on our actions and our responsibilities. Are we willing to stand up against injustice? As we move forward, let us honor the legacy of Dr. King and Rosa Parks by embodying their courage. The Montgomery Bus Boycott was not just a moment in history, it was a testament to collective will, an enduring reminder that when people come together for a common cause, they can dismantle barriers that have long stood in their way. Together, we can create a future where equality is not merely a hope, but a reality.